Okay, the test squad. If you have not got your head around this, McSweeney, well, they haven't declared that he'll open the batting, but he's in the squad. And the other addition to the squad is Josh Inglis. So you've got Carey and Inglis in there. Now, we could talk about the squad for days, but we won't. We'll move on. Vaughnie, you have got a theory to revolutionise. I can't believe no one's gone with this before, but I love this. And you've got a keeper here to talk to it about.
Yeah, I'm intrigued, Gilly, with you obviously being an ex-keeper. There's that many wicket-keeper batters around the world. In England, probably got 4 that could play Test match cricket, but you're only going to have 1 keeper at the minute in terms of the traditions of the game. Now, I kind of look at it, if you had 2 wicket-keeper batters playing in your team, would it affect a wicket-keeper? If you said, so England, for instance, Jamie Smith's playing, let's go Johnny Bairstow's playing. Johnny Bairstow maybe better stood back. James Smith maybe better stood up to the keeper in terms of the spin. Is it possible that you could have dual roles behind the stumps? So I personally think with Test match cricket, it's a long format. There's loads of time, loads of overs out in the middle. Is it getting to the stage where a keeper doesn't have to keep all the time for his team? So you swap it around in terms of the situation. If someone's backed a long time, someone might need a breather. You know, you go out and keep in the first session, someone else does it the second session, because there's that many wicket-keeper batters around the world. And I sometimes think when selectors are talking about wicket-keeper batters, like Josh Inglis now, you know, he's probably thinking, oh, I'm the next wicket-keeper batter. Alex Carey, if he got injured, I'd come into the side. But if he's the next best batter, why doesn't he play as the batter? And if he's required to keep as well in a certain element of the game, why not?
I think your point's an interesting one, given the way T20 cricket, and it started way back with 50-over cricket, meant keepers had to contribute more with the bat. That changed that whole position and that role. So New Zealand, South Africa, to your point, they've all got at least 2 or 3 guys in their Test team, one-day team, whatever it is, that are keeper batters across their career. Personally, it might be old school thinking, but I wouldn't have liked that, personally, to get told that you've got to take a break and someone else is going to do the next 50 overs, because a lot of wicket keeping, particularly in long format cricket, is building up a partnership and a relationship with your bowler. Vitally important. You get rhythm, you get an understanding. The greatest experience of my cricketing career was to wicket-keeper Shane Warne. And then at the other end of that over, you go and do the same thing to Glenn McGrath.
But what happens if wicketkeeper A is a gun against the quicks and wicketkeeper B is known as the best keeper in the country against spin?
Absolutely. So do you do it each over?
Does
McGrath say, hang on a minute, I don't want him because he's good to Warnie, but he's no good to me? So,
or what happens if you bat at number 7, and what happens if you get 150, which you did on a regular basis, you come out at the end of the innings and you're a bit jaded from batting?
What, off 100 balls? You're not that
All right, let's go to a normal keeper who probably is batting for 4 hours and is a little bit tired. If there's another keeper in the team, isn't it sensible to throw the gloves to that keeper for the first 20 overs just to freshen up?
I hear the theory, but I don't think the theory plays out in practice quite the same.
What about on a roasting hot day in India and you've done 70 overs and you're absolutely cooked and you've got a bloke ready to go?
Yeah, well, that's what you train for. That's what you prepare for.
You're saying no, Vaughnie.
I'm saying me personally, but no, I understand the theory. And if there is someone in the team that can do a better job in those conditions at the right time, well, it's brought about optionality, hasn't it?
It'll get there, Howie.
I like it. Border-Gavaskar Trophy coming up. One player you are looking forward to watching this summer from the Indian squad. Vaughnie, briefly.
Yashasvi Jaiswal would be on, but Rishabh Pant. I just think he's absolutely box office.
What is it about this man that you're coming to be excited about to watch?
He makes batting look like he's just playing in the backyard. You know, he's playing with his pals. He's under the utmost pressure of playing for India with the amount of following. Social media goes berserk when India play. And he just makes it look like he's having a bit of fun with his friends out in the middle. And he's played some of the great innings. You go back to that innings in Brisbane when he got India over the line. I think over the course of the next few weeks, for India to be really competitive, this man on screen, Rishabh, is going to have to play a blinder once again.
Gilly?
Yeah, but if he plays too many blinders, he won't be allowed to wicket keep. That's his issue. That's what he's got to face.
He's not happy with your theory.
He could keep.
Whip him in.
Dhruv Jurel is in there.
Yeah, it might improve his batting.
Who are you looking forward to watching, mate?
No, Jasprit Bumrah. This man is the leader of the attack. He's, I think, numero uno across all formats with ball in hand, and he may well have the captaincy armband on, depending on what Rohit Sharma decides to do. But look at that. He can go in, out. He does it all without any discernible change in action or necessarily arm position. It's subtle movements of hand position, really. But he's been outstanding when he's been out here previously, and he is the leader of the attack. If he stays fit for 5 tests, India are well and truly in the contest. If they miss him for a game or two, I think they're right on the back foot.
You mentioned Jaiswal. I saw him make 100, I think it was in Jaipur in the IPL. This is the young man who just seems to bat the same way in Test cricket as one-day cricket or T20 cricket. What he did against England, this is pretty much why I wanted to show the highlights for him. He is bums on seats, this young man.
Oh, without question. I think this is a young player that across the world is the one that could be that next great. You know, you look at all the great players of the last 20, 30 years, they've all had an ability to make good bowlers look very, very average. This guy's got that ability. I guess the one area of his game that we're all looking forward to seeing, can he play in Australia when the ball just bounces on the lane? He likes to throw the hands at the full of length deliveries just outside off stump. But here in Australia, when it just bounces, I would think that Captain Pat will pack that cordon, and they might get a few chances. But if he can get away here next week in Perth, and get off to a good start, we're going to look out for a bit of fun with him.